Why does pain spread from one area to another? That's a very common question, and people don't understand why it happens. Sometimes it even crosses from one side to the opposite side, sometimes crosses from here down to there, even here up to there, and they wonder if they're having multiple different pain generators. But reality is, usually we have one structure that's badly damaged, like a muscle that has myofascial trigger points. Those myofascial trigger points can, in essence, make the muscle not function well. So the glue around it, the fascia, will now be tight or constricting, and then the muscle still can't move properly. So when you want an actual movement to happen, this moves instead of a gliding movement that normal muscles usually have. Now the thing is, the brain perceives everything throughout the body. And how does it do it? Through the nervous system. So the nerves don't magically appear here, then go to the brain. They travel through the arm all the way into the spinal cord and into the brain. And same for the legs and same for the trunk. So if you have a deforming force inside a muscle, it can actually deform the fascia, and the nerves travel through the fascia and then get to the spinal cord. So essentially, this deforming process from the trigger points will depolarize a nerve and make a pain. And that pain could be the sharp stabbing pain, it could be a shooting pain, it could be a numbness, a tingling, a burning, a pin prickling. It can be all sorts of pains. If the MRI is negative, all the more it goes in favor of this being a myofascial trigger point. If a person can press that point and reproduce the same pain, it's very likely the exact same thing. But this is why pains move around. Now that's the very beginning of myofascial trigger point syndrome. But the body has chains of muscles, chains that start from here and run all the way down to the heel. Chains that start from here and run all the way into the arm, or rather from this side to there. They don't cross the midline. And then from here to there. And you have multiple sets of chains. So if one part of a chain is being deformed, like imagine this sits here now, the muscles over here would be overstretched and these would be short. The two chains that govern these movements, the sets of muscles in action, in tandem, that make those muscles act will be deformed, and you could have pressure here on those muscles. You could have muscles at the end of the chain that are also in dysfunction, which is why there's no straightforward, simple myofascial pain syndrome. And this is why pains can simply move around from one place to the next. Muscles don't act alone in a space detached from everything else. If you deform a muscle in one place, the muscle that it works with will also undergo stress until they also manifest pain. And you can have it happen enough on one side that the other side starts to get involved too.